Good morning, everyone. Today is the 29th, and back again with another analysis. Let us look at US study, and I'm firstly going to show you guys a trade I took yesterday, following yesterday's analysis, and then we can see where we are today and if there's anything potentially setting up. So yesterday, if you guys watched yesterday's video, I would have said just based on a daily that we did mark up two zones. If you guys can actually see, I am going to remove the divergence indicator just so that it's clearer. Haven't really done any other markups besides the fact or besides what we did yesterday actually. So yesterday we drew two zones where we said potentially price could come down here, do a fake out and go right back up, or it could come right back down, reject the zone and go continue on the downtrend and make its way down and potentially even to the next zone, and that's where the fake out happens and goes right back up again, or again it doesn't do a fake out and it actually continues on a downtrend. So again, it's just having possible scenarios listed just so that if we can then make a decision based on where price action really, and then we make decisions as we go along. So right now we just have all the different scenarios panned out, so we kind of know, okay, price does this, we do this, and so on and so forth. So yesterday this whole red candle was formed, and today again I believe it's still on a downtrend, right? So let's look at that. So if you actually look, I was looking for shorts, but then you know that I have a very strict trading strategy where I only do take trades where all my moving averages line up and I'm trading with the trend, and there is a rejection pin bar or a bullish pin bar, bearish pin bar, that kind of stuff. So these are my rules for trading, and I had to have that those happen before I could actually enter a trade. So obviously, if I were to go to a 4 hour, or this is an uptrend. So on an overall trend on the higher time frame, we are looking at buys. Okay, so if you are going to short, you need to make sure that you are actually following that trend on a lower time frame, and you are careful with your stop losses. Like you have to have it really tight, and you need to be careful because at the end of the day, it is against the trend in a way, just because on a higher time frame it is strong buys. Okay, so literally, price could reverse on you and carry on the uptrend, even though we analyzed it as a short, but a short is basically it's a short term. I do think price will carry on the uptrend, but again, that is not for me to say. It is for price action to show us, and then we kind of take the trade accordingly. Okay, so then if you drop to a 1 hour, price did the same thing. If you notice, it basically is on the uptrend all the way. So there's no way I could have shorted this around this in the 1 hour time frame. So what I did though is I dropped to the 5 minutes time frame, and I'll show you guys where I took the trade. We need to go really back because it's a 5 minute time frame. There we go. So this was a trade that I was watching. So I was basically just trailing my profits and adjusting my stop losses as I went along. So I'll show you guys where ended. If you can see on a 5 minute time frame, all my moving averages have lined up, and it was a beautiful downtrend. Can you guys see that? Right. So I entered at this pin bar here, this bearish pin bar. Okay, I am going to put an arrow just so that you guys know where I entered. And hold on, let me find again. Bear with me. I have to find the arrow. There we go. Um, Arrow mark up. So I entered at the first one actually. I don't know if I can actually make this bigger, but yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put on the screen. It's better now. Okay, there we go. So I entered at this bearish pin bar, literally, and my stop loss was here. The reason why I didn't put my stop loss just above it, which could have been just 44 pips roundabout, or maybe even lesser, like 42. Reason why I put it to about 55, which was about here. This is because for me, this was a 5 minute time frame, and on a 5 minute time frame, I personally feel like it's more volatile. You get what I'm saying? Like there's more candles that will form compared to, a 1 hour or a 2 hour or even a 15 minutes. So I just wanted to give it a little bit more grace in case it did go up a little bit to kind of do a rejection somewhere around above the 21, and then it's gonna go back down. Do you guys get me? But now it literally just, yeah, there was almost literally no drawdown. I did my entry was about there, so just after this candle, and I took it all the way down. So this was a 55 pip basically stop loss, and my take profit was 271. So I took it all the way down to the support resistance lines that we drew, right? So I was really trailing the profits. I was adjusting it. So even if it did reverse on me and go backwards, I would be fine. So I came out roundabouts there really. So this was the take profit, and it was a perfect trade. So right now we are kind of doing this little consolidation thing, and then we went up a bit. Right now the moving averages, if you see on a 5 minute, are really messy, and right now it started to fan out again. Like I said, I do believe it is going to go back down. Let's just look at this. Yeah, I really do believe it will go back down, but no, I mean, if entry could have been here and bring it all the way down, but I would now just wait for a perfect entry, maybe even another rejection pin bar, and then take it back down. Because if you can see, it's starting to form kind of like a double bottom. So and then if you see the indicator, this is like. Do you guys see this? So I just feel like it might actually just go back up, or it might just continue dropping. I you see, this is what it is. Like when I'm trading, there's times that you see a trade and you go like, you know what, this is what's gonna happen, and you're so confident of that. Over this scenario here, just because of this double bottom here, I'm a bit cautious of it because you have a bullish pin bar as well. So I would personally just wait for another rejection myself and then take it back down, even though I do believe it's going to go down. So let's just go back up to the daily and do our analysis. Uh, okay, so what we did say here is basically this reversal coming down here, and a candle forming for today, right? So it's come down here this way. Now, it possibly price could reach, it doesn't need to go all the way to the bottom, to be fair. It needs to reach minimum, it could reach here, guys, or this second line here. Okay, this here, this top of this candle, the body, or the bottom, around the bottom of the candle body, I'm going to adjust it. And it could basically just do a touch on that and reverse all the way back up. So these are areas that I would keep an eye on. Like if you're doing a short in the lower time frame, do keep an eye on. Let me give you the. Okay, you just hover on this candle, you can actually see. So the high, the let's just see. So the open is 33767. So this is where I would actually be careful on. And then your close is basically around 410. So it's 34106. So this is where I would basically oh, am I looking at the wrong candle? I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry, my Hoover was on the wrong candle. So the close is 33695 and the open is 33767. Okay, so that's the open and close. So if you just hover on the candle that you want, you can see right at the top here, like open, high, low, and the close. Okay, so if you hover this, you can see all the parameters there, and this would be the figures that I would be keeping an eye on, because it doesn't necessarily need to go to the low, which is 33553. So I would basically hold on and be very, very careful just in case price touches this points and reverses back on the uptrend. Okay, so I wouldn't just kind of be assuming that it is going to go all the way down to do a fake out. It can actually do a fake out by touching the open or the close of the body. I would be banging on the close of the body, um, but again, just watch for reversals that happen around those price points, and or like I said, potentially come to the bottom of this zone and reject this 10 moving average. And if it does, this will be a very beautiful entry on a daily. It might give you a long what do you call it, a long wick, which means your stop loss might be a lot of pips. But again, if you have the account size or moderate your lot size to match it properly so that you don't over leverage, and then take it right back up really. Okay, so this is really what I think it's going to happen for US 30. Really not much of difference from yesterday. I still think we are on a down. Like I said, let's just wait. Like if you want to take it on other time frames for a sell, just wait. See, like this year, these moving averages have started to kind of pan out. Like you look at 15 minutes. To be fair, actually 15 minutes, no, it didn't. It was crossing over. Okay. Because I was wondering why now. I looked at it and I was like, why didn't I take it on the 15 minutes yesterday? But no, even though it did reject here, this could have been an entry slightly lower. But I think the 5 minute gave me a better entry point. So the same thing, it's kind of being messing around here and it's doing it looks like it's going to fan out again. We had another rejection candle here form. It did drop, but like I said, this is like forming a consolidation zone here. Can you guys see that? So that's and again, can you see the two double bottoms? It's showing like if you look at the chart in itself, you can see it's a straight line. Can you guys see that? Okay, because it's a consolidation zone, straight line at the bottom. I'm going to just make bigger straight line at the bottom, but over here in the charts is not really a straight line. Okay, I'm actually just going to draw it like if you guys can see. Can you guys see how the bottoms join? It's slightly on the uptrend. So I still feel price is going to go up a little bit, reject. But this is a very, very short term. All price could literally be doing a reversal because it's already come back into the zone. Hasn't really touched the zones, the points that we are looking at, but it did reject the support resistance zone. So again, let's just wait for price action to see what it does. This is on a very, very short term. This move, like I said, it's on a 5 minute, 15 minutes move. So yeah, just see what it does. Wait for the rejection to happen. If you get a nice rejection, you can possibly take a sell entry on that. Again, watch the price points. Okay. So that's that for US 30, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tomorrow possibly let's look at a different pair. All right. Let's just look at. Oh, we have got a nice. Uh, you know what? Every time I look at pairs, I get so caught up because it's like sometimes some of them give you such beautiful, um, you know, beautiful signals. So on a 1 hour, Audi USD is not really fanning out yet, but it is on an uptrend on most time frames. I haven't done any markups on it, guys, so I can't specifically really tell you if there's going to be a trade. We have to really do markup because we have to kind of just see what the pair is really doing. Uh, yeah, it's look at all the moving averages, right? They are not kind of fanning out. So when I see this again, it's a bear. Like, look at this thing here. You can actually see. So I personally think it's going to fall at the moment, just maybe to do a retracement and then back up again. I'm not sure, but yeah, I would see what this is doing right now, just because there is a bear on a 5 minute, even though it's fanning out. Again, yeah, because the overall time frame it is a buy. Oh, overall time frame on a daily is actually a sell, right? Okay, so we are having a sell on an overall time frame, and what it's doing now, it's basically filling. Can you see this liquidity gap here, guys? The big gap in this what do you call this? In this consolidation zone is probably going to fill this, so it might go up a bit more, touch this point, and then go back down. It's hard to say because we really don't have a touch point as to what price is trying to do. Right now, I do think it's filling the liquidity gap. So we do have a short-term buy on this candle here for today, possibly. Again, yeah. So again, if you guys are trading any other pairs, I again as follow how or just generally just do a naked chart, do a support resistance lines, understand the overall trend pattern on a higher time frame, and then if you feel like okay, a retracement is coming and it's going to go reverse. You can always catch the reverse, but do it in a time frame that you're not trading against the trend because that gives you the least amount of risk. Okay, like what I did with US 30, drop it all the way down to 5 and trade with the trend on that 5 minutes. And you can literally catch quite a lot with literally almost zero drawdown just because, firstly, A, you're trading with the trend, and number two, you follow the rules of your trading strategy, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and see you back again tomorrow. Let's probably do a different pair. We could even dissect USD JPY. That's a good one, actually. Or we can just do any others, Euro USD, whichever pair. And if you guys watched today's video, put in the comments below any other pair that you would like for me to just do an analysis on, and it can be any pair. And happy to just have a look at it, even though it may not be a pair that I trade. Personally, myself, I trade a lot of just US 30. That's the reason why I love to just really, really dissect that particular, US 30, and just kind of understand and know this really inside out, because I do kind of look at Audi USD, Euro USD, and GBP USD as well, and now recently USD JPY, but that is so rarely because if you're so focused on just one pair, then it's like I feel like you get so messed up all over the place. It's only when I don't see any trades, like when US 30 is on a full zone, like a week's worth of consolidation, for example, that is when I kind of tend to look at other pairs. But then having said that, when that really happens, most of the other pairs are consolidating as well. So yeah, it just depends really what I see. I click on the time frames of different pairs, and if I see something really beautifully panning out, then yes, I would probably consider even looking at those. But if I see them all messed up like that, I'm not even like going to go there, just because it's again another whole markup and another whole understanding, and then waiting for it again. So that's my take on it. So try to be very, very focused on 2 3 pairs maximum, and study them inside and out so you kind of know how your pairs actually trade, like how they work, right? How when they move, how they move, and do they have sudden spikes, and how do they react to news? Like, it's important to know all of this. And if you trade US 30, be very careful of the New York opening time at 2:30 USD. Um, because that's when spikes happen. And so again, even though there's no news for the day, 2:30, you will see price action give a bit of reaction for the New York opening. So be watchful of during that time period if you are in a trade in US 30 as well. Okay, so rounding off today, guys. Enjoy your day, and happy trading.